Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, for obvious reasons, there's a little bit of a delay between me videoing and it being released out into the wild so that you can watch the videos that I'm doing. And so there may be a disconnect between what I'm actually going to say and what's actually happened. So I just want to make that clear from the start because at the time of recording, a report has not yet been published, but it is due to be published today. That report is going to be very informative and for some rather inconvenient. They're going to release the figures and data relating to foreign criminals. They're going to give the nationality of all those people convicted. This is the first time it's ever happened, and it all comes from a big push from Robert Jenrick, who has for some time been pushing for this. He's been wanting this. What's very odd, though, is he had the opportunity of doing it when he was in charge, back under the Conservative government, and yet strangely didn't. But apparently he began the process. It took time. And so, yes, it was a process that he began, which then, subsequently, the Labour Party put a halt on until he's pushed it, and they finally conceded the point. So, like I say, at the time of recording this, it hasn't been released. By the time you watch this video, it may well have. Now, there is a rule that says that any foreigner who has been convicted of a crime that would impose a 12-month or longer sentence, whether it is actually served or, you put it on... you don't have to serve it. I can't think of the brain's gone. What do they call that when you suspended? Is the brain? Come on. Even if it's suspended, it still should mean an automatic thrown out the country. You should be returned whence you came. Deportation should be immediate. However, as we know, that isn't often the case. In fact, rarely if ever are foreign criminals deported. Yet they should be with immediate effect. They should be taken in manacles from the court to the nearest airport or seaport or whatever, thrown on the first available flight to anywhere, we don't care, and off they go. If they want to get home to their own country, they can do so at their own expense. Not our problem anymore. Now, the call is also to change the law so that it isn't 12 months, it's any crime at all. And I think most people would agree with that as well. So any crime and boom, you're gone. We don't want foreign criminals here. It's also going to be telling because they're going to look at what the crimes are. And it will be seen who the worst offenders in various sections of criminal justice system are. Who are the biggest burglars? Who are the biggest molesters? Things like that. This is going to be, as I say, uncomfortable for the left because it will show undoubtedly a preponderance of crime from certain groups higher than we would expect given the numbers of that. The per capita rate would be above the norm. And at that point, you have to start saying perhaps we needn't we need to stop letting those particular insert name of country residents in to protect the people of this country. A government's first job is, of course, to protect the people. Not this government, obviously, but normally that's the job. Well, Labour are boasting that they're returning more prisoners, back. They're deporting more people than ever. And I've got to say that that's a lie. Straight out, the Labour Party are lying. They are not deporting more than ever. When do you ever see anyone deported? Well, show us the flights. Show us the planes taking off, filled with prisoners in manacles, going back to whence they came. Show us that and we'll believe you. But since you don't, it's because it isn't happening. All you're doing is saying these words, but actually they're bullshit and lies in order to try and prop yourselves up, make yourself look like you're not a bunch of absolute effing arseholes. But it's far too late for that. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.